King's Country, kingscountry.net. Still coffee time at the castle, excuse me. Little Java to get me going this morning. Kickstart me on this Thursday, Jim King of the radio show. And this little story here is already getting my appetite up. It's not even close to being lunch yet, and I just had breakfast. But Tim McGraw celebrated his 56th birthday on Monday, so his lovely wife, Faith Hill, Her Highness, made his favorite Southern meal of pot roast, rice and gravy, peas, cornbread, collard greens, and sweet tea. Here she is serving it up. Lucky devil.
Happy birthday. Yeah. That's what you wanted, baby. What you got? Dig in.
Streaming from the studio of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas, Jim King of the radio and TV behind the mic. It's crunch time here at the little production house on the west end of Beaumont. Got 2 church shows that I turn in each week. I actually produce 3 TV shows each week, including the Jim King of the TV show. Got a couple of local churches that are steady customers. But anyway, this weekend's show is going to be another barn burner. We're talking Cajun and Swamp Pop miniseries, little episode. We're going to kick it off with Wayne Toops and Zyda Cajun to preview their big appearance at the Texas Crab Festival next weekend, Mother's Day weekend. We'll follow it up by checking out Jive and Gene Bourgeois at the old Jerry LaCroix tribute that they had several years ago. We'll have Thompson Square's new video as our Taylor Trading Company music clip of the week from Nashville, and my friend Frank Martin Gilligan will be in the Royal Spotlight. We'll have some audio samples for you in just a little bit. I'll be posting the segments tomorrow or Saturday at jimkingoftheroad.com so you can stream them all on demand. Don't miss it 3 times this weekend on Fox 4 and the CW. And always, always take King's Country along for the ride.
I got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. That's King George, a.k.a. George Strait. You know, we've got a cat in our neck of the woods up there in Buna, not too far from Beaumont, just north of here. Born and reared there. I'm talking about Mark Nessler. He's written some #1 George Strait songs. And here he comes. That's why I'm having a fabulous flashback. Let's meet Mark Nessler.
King of the road.
Backstage with legendary songwriter Mark Nessler, originally from Buna.
So why do you want to chase me down?
You must have found pretty early that you had a knack for it because you've written a ton of songs. In fact, George Strait's cut a couple of your songs and went to #1.
Yes, he has. You know, that was a very special moment in my life.
Yeah.
I'm such a huge fan of his, and I think now, you know, when he goes in the studio, it's every writer's dream, you know, to get a George Strait cut. It's like getting a nod from the king, you know. So yeah, that was awesome.
Originally from Buna, how often do you make it back to this area?
Not very often. I was here last year, and we did an in the round, and it was a lot of fun. I hadn't been back since.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on Toledo Bend Lake, but I rarely ever get back to Buna.
Still write every day?
3 or 4 days a week. That keeps me pretty busy because, you know, after you write them, you know, you've got to go in the studio and track them and sing them and close out the mixes, and so it kind of starts overlapping, you know, the work. Yeah.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm still getting used to this new schedule. I used to turn all my stuff in on Fridays. Now it's Thursdays. They moved it up to Thursdays because these corporations that I turn my projects into are downsizing. They're going to a hub situation. So they have to get the stuff in early, about a day early. Anyway, so today is crunch time at King of the Road Production Studio. I'm looking forward to the weekend. We're going to go to the Mauriceville Crawfish Bash this weekend. It's an annual event, all-you-can-eat crawfish. I'm a judge of some kind of cuisine at 12:30 there in Mauriceville, the crawfish capital of the world, really, of Texas. Mauriceville, Texas was designated that in about 1987. Next weekend is the Texas Crab Festival. 2 big weekends ahead. Looking forward to it, chomping at the bit. Going to get a lot more video footage. We're getting out and about a lot. Got a lot of stuff last weekend at the Silsbee, Texas rally. Anyway, stay tuned for more details about that. Hope to see you at the festivities the next 2 weekends. King's Country, kingscountry.net, coming to you from the studios of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. Jim King of the radio and TV. Don't tell a soul, but episode number 873 set to air this weekend 3 times on Fox 4 and the CW. You'll be able to stream the segments on demand on my trusty YouTube channel, the Jim King of the TV and radio official YouTube channel, or jimkingoftheroad.com, probably tomorrow or Saturday. Anyway, we're going to have Frank Martin Gilligan back in the Royal Spotlight for one last time with King's Country as the sponsor. Starting next week, it's Glenn's Express Collision. Been waiting to get them on the air, and I think got all the footage we need now. We're ready to get them produced and on the air. Frank Martin Gilligan in the Royal Spotlight. We'll have the Southeast Texas debut of Thompson Square's new video. We haven't heard from them in a while. That's our Taylor Trading Company music clip of the week from Nashville. Of course, we always have the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Flashback. It's a jam-packed entertainment extravaganza with a legend, living legend, Jivin' Gene Bourgeois, captured live in Beaumont. We're going to kick it off with this cat, Wayne Toops and Zyda Cajun, to preview next weekend's Texas Crab Festival. He's the headliner on Friday. Here's a taste test, a little snack.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road Show.
Oh, hail to the king.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
Over tonight, it's gonna be. Gonna find a woman, she's gonna dance with me. And if they're smart, you're gonna do the same. I'll live it tonight, know that you can. 'Cause I'll be up in more, I'll do my day. Sitting on the morning day.
Wayne Toops, he grew up on a rice farm in Crawley, Louisiana. You've been playing almost 50 years now. You picked up a squeeze box when you were 13 the first time.
Yeah, that's many moons ago. I've been very fortunate over the years, and what can I say? The good Lord works in mysterious ways. He just happened to work in my way, and I thank him every day for it.
How young were you when you decided to do this for a career?
Let me see here, 1983. I don't know, 25? 25, I guess,
Did you ever have a real job? A day job?
Oh, yeah. I used to roughneck.
Okay.
And I ran case, and I used to operate a backhoe for a water line company and stuff. So, yeah, no. I know what a hard day's work is, and not make much money.
Right. As a musician starting out, too, it's not really, you don't have a big payday anymore.
No, we wasn't making no money, man. We're making, I remember when we first went out on the road in 87, I think we were making $50 a day,
Wayne Toops, he's been in our neck of the woods quite a bit lately. Texas has been good to you, hasn't it?
Texas was wonderful. It has been wonderful for the last 30 years. And actually, we're starting to get a lot more work in Texas because of our fan in the Golden Triangle. But we have a big fan base, out of Houston and Dallas and San Antonio and Tomball and Conroe. And so it's been wonderful, man. Galveston, Crystal Beach, all those places, man, they love Wayne Toops, and I'm so grateful for that. From Bourbon Street to
you.
Check out Wayne Toops and Zyda Cajun on the TV this weekend and the Texas Crab Festival next weekend. And thanks for streaming King's Country, kingscountry.net. Don't miss the TV extravaganza this weekend.
Oh, the sun's gonna shine in my life once more.
King's Country at kingscountry.net. Cruising through the lunch hour. The Jim King of the Radio Show, serving up a little tasty tidbit from Nashville. Little inside scoop. Megan Maroney was only wearing one shoe the first time she met Casey Musgraves. Why, you ask? Here she is explaining why.
I've met Casey Musgraves with one shoe on one time. It was after a show. I had one shoe on because I had just gotten knee surgery. So I had this really big cast thing on my leg. So I had one cowgirl boot on.
Oh, I see.
And so the picture of Casey and I have one shoe.
Good afternoon, King's Country Nation. Jim King of the Radio behind the wheel. Gonna take a quick time out. Got to pay some bills. Got some country music royalty from the likes of Dolly Parton and Vince Gill coming up. We'll play some more Merle Haggard before you know it. How about some John Denver? We'll dust that off, put it on the turntable, too. Welcome to a Thursday Jim King of the Radio Show.
You know, for a second there, we actually thought you were that crazy DJ character.
Jim King of the Road.
Thanks for streaming King's Country. We do appreciate it, as always. We're all about King stuff, and I guess you've seen it in the news. The King's coronation is days away. So prepare for King Charles's big day in the United Kingdom. Remember, folks on the other side of the pond have different words for just about everything.
And now, getting you ready for the King's coronation with English Speak.
Trim your fringe, turn off the tap, empty the bin, finish in the loo, turn off the telly, put on your waistcoat and braces, and check your timetable. Head out of your flat, hop on the lift, and head down the foot road. Fill up with petrol and make your way to the coronation. And if you've got a baby, don't forget the pram, nappies, and dummies. Cheerio!
Thanks for listening. We're streaming from the studio of King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas, cooking up another episode of the Jim King of the TV show. My days are all mixed up because I used to turn in my show until a couple of weeks ago on Fridays. But due to some changes with the corporations that I work with, we have to turn them in on Thursday before close of business, so I better get busy. Gotta get busy. We've got a great episode of the Jim King of the TV show this weekend. We're going to mix a little Cajun with swamp pop music. They go good together. We'll kick it off with Wayne Toops to preview his show next weekend at the Texas Crab Festival, Crystal Beach, Mother's Day weekend. Can't wait for that. We'll dip into our Royal Archives and air some great footage from Orange, Texas. We'll follow that up with Jivin' Gene Bourgeois and Ken Marvel in downtown Beaumont, paying tribute to their late great friend, Jerry LaCroix. We'll have Thompson Square's new video as our Taylor Trading Company music clip of the week from Nashville. We'll have the Honky Tonk Texas fabulous flashback, and my friend Frank Martin Gilligan will be back in the Royal Spotlight thanks to King's Country.
Was an old, worn, and faded 1890 silver dollar. When he handed it to me, he said, I hope you treat it well. I bet if it could talk about the places that it's been to, you would be amazed at all the stories it could tell. How it started out in Saddlebag of a cowboy in Montana. One summer mending fences, it became his first day's pay. He spent it on a new shirt to impress a rancher's daughter. How many other young hearts did it help along the way?
Check out Frank Martin Gilligan 3 times this weekend on Fox 4 and the CW. That's right, it's the Jim King of the TV show. I'll be posting a segment soon at jimkingoftheroad.com so you can stream them on demand. As always, thanks for streaming King's Country, y'all. Thanks for riding shotgun with me through the final hour of the Jim King of the Radio show. Today is Thursday, May 4th. It's also Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We are 22 days to Memorial Day weekend, 10 days to Mother's Day and Texas Crab Festival, and it is Star Wars Day. Here's some back-in-the-day tidbits, just a couple. 397 years ago today, in 1626, a Dutch colonist by the name of Peter Minuit landed on the island of Manhattan, the Big Apple. He eventually bought the island from the Indians, wait for it, for beads and trinkets that were worth about $24. 64 years ago today, in 1959, the year I was born, do the math, I'm old, the first Grammy Awards were held. There were two simultaneous untelevised ceremonies in Los Angeles and New York because they didn't think recording artists would want to travel to get an award. Boy, were they wrong.